So the final rights have been written at the test match that took place at Eden Gardens, India, South Africa. India 1-0 down in the series from a position where they should have been winning this test match. They took a 30-run lead. From there on, they had a situation where they could have pinned South Africa down for sub 100. They very well could have been chasing close to 80, 90 runs to win. It seemed to be on course. But then day 3 has been disastrous for India in more ways than one. First, their bowling, which allowed a 44-run stand between TEMBA Bavuma and Corbin Bosch. And from there on, the target that was set for you, 124, was always going to be tough. You were batting without your captain, one batter less. And then what the Indian batting has done is committed harakiri, unable to chase that down and giving South Africa a convincing win, even though it was a small total. They won by 31 runs, so it's as convincing as you can think. Many things to talk about with the state of the pitch and things that India got wrong. Few things they got right, but I have a feeling that we may be focusing on things that they got wrong in the next 1 hour or so that we're live here. Yeah, what do you say?
Who's the BAUNA now? Who is the BAUNA now? You claim, the Indian cricket team claims that, we will turn a new leaf, we will play according to our strengths. Thankfully, India's cowardice was shown its mirror. You, as Shane said, you are doomed to repeat history if you do not learn from it. 93, we all harp upon one thing, right? Australia were bundled out for 93 in that chase against India in 2004. Wankhede. This 93 is a fitting mirror to the cowardliness that is this Indian cricket team. I'm sorry. Those guys out there, everybody who is playing out there at the Eden Gardens, have done no favors. Pitch is to blame. You dished out an abomination, thinking in a delusion that, we are in India. Who has the audacity to defeat us? New Zealand is a one-off. Gautam Gambhir now has one more addition. He said in Delhi, we will never forget the New Zealand loss. He lied. They have forgotten. Because you dished this out, and not just New Zealand, Australia also did it in 2017. England also did it to you. Now, South Africa, who have not won a test in India ever since 2010, have managed to beat you. Kudos to Gautam Gambhir and the team manager. Kudos to the 10 players who are there at Eden. You put on one of the most cowardly exhibitions that I have ever seen in Indian cricket. You are nothing, your confidence, your aura and everything, it's a sham. You are all living in a sham. You are all internally a scared bunch who has no authority on, what is my skill set? You have been shown your place rightly, and that is why you guys, the Indian cricket team, are the real BAUNAs. You are the real BAUNAs, and you do not deserve to be called the powerhouses in world cricket. I'm sorry, you are neither.
I mean, ever since India have gone down this route of dishing out rank turners, I remember arguably the genesis of it was the England series when they visited and they had 4 tests, 2 in Chennai, 2 in Ahmedabad, and the Ahmedabad pitches were real abominations. I thought by that point in time there were warning signs even then, because whilst everyone remembers Akshar Patel getting plenty of wickets, what people don't remember or tend to gloss over is that even Joe Root ended up getting a 5-wicket haul. 5 for 6 it was, if memory serves me right.
5 for 8.
5 for 8, yeah. Now 5 for 8, if a part-timer, and bear in mind that era of Joe Root was very much a part-time bowler, was getting, it showed that pretty much anyone, if they really applied themselves, could potentially have success on wickets. A lottery wicket means you could be in for lottery results. The signs became even more ominous in 2022-23 when you had the BGT at home. At that point, you saw that you escaped by the skin of your teeth in Delhi, thanks ironically to Akshar Patel. And I think it was Jadeja or it was Ashwin lower down the order who ended up bailing you out. Otherwise, there also on an absolute rank turner, you were on the verge of a loss. The worst spinning track which you had in that series, Indore, you lost handily over there. And after that, you dished out an absolute road, featherbed, whatever you want to call it, in Ahmedabad to ensure that the last test is a draw because we've got the series result we need to qualify for the WTC. That should have been an even bigger warning sign. Then comes the England series, where you lost the first test in what were spinning conditions. I won't say they were rank turner conditions, but they were spinning conditions. You course corrected, went to what were sporting pitches for the rest of the 4 tests, got results. Once again, the regime change prompted a change of heart. And I thought, okay, New Zealand, you reverted to course because you were desperate. You knew you couldn't win as many, or you didn't anticipate winning as many tests in Australia. So let's try and get every result out of the way at home. What happens? You get whitewashed and make it all but impossible to qualify for the WTC final. What my really long point is here is that you've actually managed to do it in a very weird way. You actually realize that the folly of your ways and you course corrected, but then you've gone back to those old ways just when things start to appear even minutely desperate. And at this point, the Indian cricket team reminds me, as I always say, it reminds me of Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner. You set traps and then you end up falling in those traps.
I was tempted to give a background music to that. Ta 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 ta. That's it. That's how it is.
But my point is, why don't they learn? As I said, we often use that thing when we talk about one of the adages that we use to inspire people. Try till you succeed, or practice makes perfect. These things are used.
Trust the process.
Have they taken these things to heart that no, we'll keep losing, but we will try till we succeed. We will try everything. We'll keep practicing. Practice makes a man perfect. So we'll keep practicing on this track, no matter what is the result of the series, but we will keep practicing. I don't know whether that is the approach of the Indian team, or it is what is in their head. I have no idea. But
do they want to try? Do they have the mindset to change? Do they have the mindset to succeed? Look, you got boosted by 4-1 margin against England, okay? But that England team, let me tell you, they themselves committed harakiri. Let's make no mistake about it. A lot of times, okay? You couldn't have established anything against Bangladesh because Bangladesh are an opponent that have never succeeded that frequently for 26 years of their test match existence, okay? New Zealand. One sporting wicket wherein you lost 46, you were bundled over 46, that was enough for you to change back to type. Really? Is this how myopic and short-sighted and convenient this team is? I am sorry, this can't be the approach, and you will never be a champion team with this kind of a mentality. Pune, as you said, forget Pune. Ahmedabad, forget Ahmedabad. Pune again, Mumbai again, Indore again, Delhi again, Nagpur again, Kolkata. Now, 2019 Kolkata, it ushered in a catastrophe when you have to look at it, when the last time a test was played in Kolkata. You played Bangladesh, but then after that, the catastrophe that I'm talking about is that Virat Kohli lost form. He was never the same test batter after that 2019 series. He wasn't. Will this ensure that your experimentation on preparing rank turners for the heck of it end?
No, it won't. I said, don't. These are silly things to be asked because we've gone over this again and again. Will it end? Will it end? I gave you that example. Somebody in the Delhi coaching staff, for those of our viewers who weren't there, he told me once, I asked him that, why is it that you keep playing Prithvi Shaw? Doesn't perform, you keep playing him. He said, actually, after every match he underperforms, we make a decision that no way we're going to play him the next match. Done. His long rope is done. Not going to play. Then come the match, we, start fearing the opposition. We're like, X factor, let's take him. What if he fires today? He will win us the game. You play him again. Again he fails. No, this time it's done. We're not going to play him. Again next time, yeah, we are tempted. Should we? Captain also thinks, coach also thinks, assistant coach, I think we should play. Yeah, whatever. Same thing. So let's not go over the fact that how many shocks you need. I think you've had enough shocks. Nothing has changed. If that the worst series defeat in the history of Indian cricket didn't change you versus New Zealand, I don't think anything will. And just going back to the point, if anyone now starts blaming grounds or groundsmen, I will repeat that story that I told you yesterday one final time so that the record is set straight. Eden Gardens had prepared or were on the course of preparing a good batting track where you would have had a test match where the team that would have batted first would have got the advantage. They would have got 400, 450, 500 sort of runs. Then they would have been ahead of the game. The team batting next also would have gotten a good shot at getting a good total. And from day 3 onwards, it would have started turning. And then it was, whichever team comes out on top, much like what we had seen in England. And you're talking about getting hurt at home. I think the other lesson you learned is when you went to England, when they gave you such sporting pitches where you were the underdog. What is the lesson you learned? That on good tracks, even though you were underdogs, you can compete at that level. You will fight with any team at that level, and you did with England away from home on those tracks. That should have actually, given you confidence. That should have bolstered your thing, and no, we're going to have. But what did you do? You went to Eden Gardens, you fought with the curator who had made this good track, because again, that Prithvi Shaw phenomena came. You were all, yes. All the talk, lip service was good batting track. You reach there, WTC champion. They've done well in Pakistan. They have 3 very good spinners. What if we get stuck? But we have, better spinners. We'll play 4 spinners. Our batters might, their batting lineup. Who knows that India A game, South Africa game, where the B team was hammering your bowlers, the same Siraj, the same Kuldeep. And they're like, if you give a good batting track like center of excellence, if the B team was hammering us, the second string batting lineup, then these guys, man, they've got, a host of stars, the Zorzi, the Makrams of the world. The Stubbs, they'll all get runs. No, let's get a turning track. Let's fasaw them. And you told the curator, stop watering the pitch. Against his wishes. Curator didn't listen. You went to the CAB management, said, please, exert pressure, listen to the curator to do it. He stopped watering it. I heard 2 days. Shane tells me 4 days. I don't know how many ever days, but he stopped watering it.
4 days is what Ganguly has said on record.
But that's what I said. Even before Ganguly has said today, so before someone says that we are going by Ganguly's word, no. I had done my own independent findings, and I told you a day before Ganguly has said that this is what I picked up. And this, everyone knew team management wasn't happy. That is the track they were making. And then last moment you told them, no, we don't want it. However, you didn't bargain for this. I'm guessing when they told them don't water, they thought, chalo, first day or 2 days will be good, then it will change. Without realizing that nobody has mastered the art of preparing a pitch. It can go horribly wrong. You opened up for that. You lost the toss, which is again bad luck. What do? That's something you should have kept in mind, that there's a good chance you would have been chasing. In fact, with the record that you had with toss, you should have already thought that you're going to be chasing only, and then prepare, not force the curator to prepare the pitch the way he did. You prepared it, and then obviously it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. You played 4 spinners. One of them you hardly used in this entire test match. And this is what it is. Where you stand right now, I'm afraid, and this can be a next topic of discussion, and there are many issues there. But under Gautam Gambhir, you have won only 1 test series so far. And this series also you're not winning. So now at best you can even draw this series. That's what I'm saying. You lost BGT, which is also a shocker. After having won 2 back-to-back BGTs, you lost it, and in quite a demoralizing fashion. Not even like 2003 onwards where you're fighting and things like that you can. Even 2008 you lost, but much better fight. Here you lost 3-1 in BGT. You lost at home, whitewashed at home, something that had never happened versus New Zealand. You've beaten only West Indies.
And Bangladesh.
We can be happy about that. 2 test series, wow. And now you're not winning this South Africa series. So all the series that really matter, you've not won them.
You've not won against the Sena at all.
England also you drew.
You drew. Yeah.
And you celebrated that draw. With telling us that don't celebrate losses. But you celebrated that draw.
You celebrated avoiding
So
a follow on.
If in case you end
Oh
up,
God, yeah.
if you end up drawing this series, if you do, you celebrate this also. है ना? Then celebrate.
You need straws to cling on, and that's been the story of India's test team for the past 1 year. Okay, it's going to be a 1 year cycle. You were whitewashed in November. You got whitewashed. You're now lost to South Africa for the first time in 15 years at home. Okay, this is a serious concern that you are just not wanting to learn. I've got this muscle memory. Oh, whenever I am confronted with some kind of issue, I'll turn back to spinning decks.
No, but pitch is the one issue which we've already spoken about. That's not the only problem.
Your mentality.
Pitch is there. We've established by saying their thought of going back to the pitch is a disastrous thing. Why they're doing it, only they can explain, and they need to be held accountable for that. That is first. But the second thing is, I'm saying even if it was a spin-friendly track, on the same day, you have had a TEMBA BAUNA put together 55 runs, which has taken his team. We're talking about BAUNA and whatever. The same guy you are mocking has played the match-winning knock of this game by getting those 55 and taking his team through. My point is, first you heard on the pitch. I agree. Even if you heard on the pitch, when are you going to learn to get 124 runs? I'm saying even on a spin-friendly track. I'll give an example. I was there in Jamaica, 2006.
Yeah.
Worst pitch, worse than this. Up and down bounce, crazy pitch. You chased it down, right? You had a Rahul Dravid there.
No, in Jamaica,
you batted first.
You defended. Yeah.
Correct. But on that pitch, Rahul Dravid showed
68, 81.
The skill on a pitch which was worse than this. He applied himself, got that 81. He has shown you both innings, crazy pitch. My point is, where is that batter of yours? Today, I agree that you made a mistake with the pitch. That's one thing. Now, can that be an excuse? Can you say that you heard on the pitch?
No.
124 runs in a batting lineup, you should learn to chase it down. You should, we compliment Pant, he's one of the best batter generation, all that. It works. But I want to see a different side of Pant also. Grind it out. He looked the most uncomfortable in that time. Don't you want to see that side of a Pant? You look at Yashasvi Jaiswal. I want to see him grind that out as well. I want to see, Akshar Patel had no option at that time to hit. But I don't know. Maybe find a way. You've got your boundaries at that time. Show that temperament that you can take. Everyone else, you look at Dhruv Jurel, I want to see the temperament. We've complimented him. Good batting technique, looks very good. But on this tough situation, I want to see that gritty 50 runs. Somebody needs to stand up to give me that gritty 50 runs at TEMBA. So pitch is one thing. That's fine. You made a mistake at the start. That is something that we'll look at. We'll talk about it. But please don't tell me you can't chase 124. Somebody needed to get that 50. Somebody needed to chip in with a 40. You would have chased it down. But there is nobody, and that is where I go back to coaching. Not only are you making the mistake, you're also selecting teams based on white ball mentalities. We spoke about it in BGT. We spoke about it in New Zealand. We're speaking about it now. The test batters that you had, you push them aside. All batters that you get in terms of who are doing your white ball cricket, you have maintained. Fine. No issues with the Yashasvi in that sense, KL in that sense. Gill is your captain, he'll have to be there, right? But overall, if you see all the batters who are coming on the basis of getting runs in domestic cricket, you've said Sarfraz came through domestic cricket. No, you are nothing against Washington Sundar. He showed his courage today, trying to bat. But all I'm saying is it's showing your mentality. You're going with a white ball all-rounder and you're making him play there. There's no number 3. There is no Rahul Dravid there. No, I spoke about Rahul Dravid. There's no Rahul Dravid that you have at number 3 when you have them for these days. When it's a flat pitch, so everyone will get run. Jadeja is also getting hundreds. Washington Sundar also got hundreds. Akshar Patel will also get you 100 on good, but it's these tough conditions where you need test specialists. So I think one, you're making mistakes with your pitches, also your mentality of packing batters. We have to get batting till number 8. We need bits and pieces. All-rounders in white ball cricket will be tried in red ball. I'm sorry, all of this is flawed and the results are there for everyone to see.
It is a combination of Barbados 1997 and the modern era. Let's make one. It's a full cycle. Barbados, you couldn't chase 120 in 1997. At that time,
But you had batters who were
You had
able to do
batters.
it, but that was a bad
wicket.
It
Okay?
wasn't like this.
It wasn't.
See, this is helping spinners. That Barbados was up, down, same ball going high up and going down. And by the way, you were facing
Ambrose.
and co.
Yeah.
On that pitch. Good luck.
Yeah.
Here you're facing Steve
Good
Harmer.
luck. Good luck.
Simon Harmer.
Simon Harmer.
Yeah, so, but
Good
then
luck.
you look at the modern era. Did you chase 147 against New Zealand? No, you didn't.
And who are you facing then, by the way?
You are
Ajaz
facing
Patel.
Ajaz Patel, Glenn Phillips, Ish Sodhi, Matt Henry. Okay? Hardly a lineup that will ruffle your feathers, but for India it does. Okay? Here, Simon Harmer, Keshav Maharaj, Marco Janssen. Essentially, the Corbin Bosch only got a couple of overs in this, but these are your only 3-4 bowlers. Yet you couldn't chase it down. Yet you couldn't.
They had to turn to Aiden Markram for some part-time off spin.
And he got the wicket.
He got the key wicket, I would argue, because Washington at that point was your most set batter. Once
Yeah.
he got rid of Washington, then at that point it did constantly feel like that, okay, now you're into the lower order, 1 wicket away, you just keep chipping. And that's it.
If you wanted calmness and application, I mean, you've had past instances of VVS Lakshman ensured that he gave you those runs in Mohali in October of 2010, Australia. Dodgy back and everything. Well, what do you do then? This is now the second lowest total that you have failed to chase. And it's a proper problem that has been there for the past decade or so.
I'm saying let your batting incompetence not be hidden behind a pitch.
Hope so, it's not.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a pitch that was helping spinners. It was not an ideal pitch. High court end was terrible to bat on. Yet, I can think of many batting lineups in these conditions that would have chased it down. I don't think Steve Smith or a Joe Root or anyone would give up. They will give you the 50 that you need on a pitch like this.
Even
They
a
will
Kane
give-
for that matter. Even a Kane
Kane
for
will-
that matter.
That's what I'm saying. They would step up, give you the essential. And you're saying this pitch is bad. What explains, I go back to the bowling, what explains giving 25 runs to Corbin Bosch? By the way, the most crazy thing about Corbin Bosch, the man has not got runs in any form of the game. He's got one test 100, by the way, versus Zimbabwe. But you know, the funny thing is, he does not have 100 in school cricket, in junior cricket, in first class cricket, in any form of cricket.
Yeah.
Got one against Zimbabwe. He's no batter, let's be honest, no batter at all, and he then goes on to get 25. Please explain how that was allowed.
Poor captaincy and poor tactics. I mean, look at it, the way how they started it out. You started out with spin, plus I think there was a bit of moisture on the deck that didn't allow the pitch to break. As the sun became, as the day progressed, the pitch started breaking up even more. But that 1 hour of moisture that was there, Eden Gardens at the start, that was an issue. So that is why you should have employed the pacers, tailenders who are there, Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj at your disposal. Why couldn't you have employed them to just blast the tail out? You got them 20 overs too late. You really got them about 15-20 overs too late, and that's why a Corbin Bosch could settle in. A TEMBA BAUNA could negotiate the spinners very easily. And see, he's played the ultimate match winning now. I think either he or Simon Harmer will get the man of the match award because he really ran through the Indian batting on both occasions.
Yeah.
So that is where today Pant's tactics, I don't know what was his tactics even at COE in that game. There are serious shortcomings in Pant, the captain. Either tactically he's not that astute. If he's waited for the game to drift away, I'm sorry, that's a big blunder that has cost you the partnership of 44. It essentially cost you 44 more runs.
Yeah, because you've lost by 30, right? So
You lost by 30. So yes, Simon Harmer fittingly is the player of the match because he ran through both innings in that sense. Poor tactics, poor captaincy, lack of utilization, the proper utilization of your bowling unit has meant that you lost.
Off spinner is a man of the match. You also had an off spinner who bowled 0 overs in the second innings.
He bowled, I think, a total of 5 overs in the whole game, if I'm not mistaken, watching this.
Just-
and all game in the first innings.
All came in the first innings. So see, he didn't bowl at all in this second innings. Go up.
Up.
Yeah, your off spinner has bowled 29.2 overs, by the way, South Africa.
Further up.
And look at how much Washington Sundar has bowled. 1 over.
Oh dear God.
1 over as comparison to 29.2 overs. 1 over. And he's given you 60 runs. Is that the utility I'm using Washington Sundar for? I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know what this management thinks, because this management is wrapped around some kind of material by which they just can't either see, can't think. I don't know what is it that they're doing, because 1 over compared to 29.2 aided by the fact that for the first time in 93 years your Indian batting lineup decided to play 6 left-handers. Okay, so he was going to be the X factor, and you also mentioned that he would be the one to run through, because none of the batters have faced Simon Harmer in the past.
Our batters always struggle against players you don't play that often.
Yeah.
That always happens. It's just a trend. That's why I picked him as my player to watch out for. Vindicated in more ways.
See, you lost to Steve O'Keefe. You wouldn't play against that much. Although you tackled Nathan Lyon well in 17. You played
Nathan Lyon a fair bit, no?
You played Ajaz Patel even in 2021. Most of the batters. But you flummoxed against him even in 2024. Glenn Phillips is no Muttaya Muralidharan by any stretch of the imagination. Yet he troubled you so much. If these bowlers can trouble you on a consistent basis, no disrespect to them at all, there is a serious flaw with the way how you approach your game.
And there's a serious flaw in
white ball thinking, that's what you point out.
Your team building is flawed. We've gone from an era of seeing number 3s of Dravid and Pujara to Washington Sundar. And again, that is no disrespect to Washington Sundar. I'm a big fan of the guy, but his best utilities is a lower order bat and someone who can give you overs. He didn't give me any overs, and in 2 innings now has batted here. Prior to that, you had Sai Sudarshan. Prior to that, you would have Shubman Gill also, who was playing at number 3, and need I remind you, actually struggling. I'm not going to count that England series entirely. That was against a team that was hell-bent on self-destruction more often than not. But even there, he wasn't always consistent. Why is it that you've discarded such an important position? Why do you not take these things seriously? I understand flexible batting orders and flexible lineups and all that jazz in white ball cricket. Test cricket, as I've always maintained, is a game for the specialists. 7 batters, of which 1 should be an all-rounder, and 4 bowlers. Don't complicate something that doesn't need complicating. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Also, there is a bit of karma here. I go back to that insult directed at Temba Bavuma. He's the one who's actually made you pay. Look at him. Amazing knock that I just spoke about, that 55. Yeah. Amazing captaincy. Look at his use. I mean, bang on. What you heard today was starting off with your spinners and getting no purchase. You should have started with your fast bowler. That 44 run stand wouldn't have happened. You would have been chasing 80 odd. You would have won this game. What did you do? You were wrong. Look at him. He started with the perfect bowling combination. Marco Jansen, Harmer. Perfect. Bang on. Captaincy throughout this test match. Bang on. Catch. That catch.
Aksar Patel catch here.
So clutch.
Sealed the match. Sealed the match.
Yeah. Or you poke fun at him. Man's had the last lap.
In fact, there was
the karma also.
There was a visual also where we could see it after the match. Is that Bumrah was going up to him and trying to shake his hand or something, and then Bumrah gave him a cold shoulder.
Yeah,
he was not happy about it. To Bumrah.
Yeah.
Bumrah was the man not out, no? So I think he went afterwards and he was kind of patting his back, but Bumrah was not even looking at him. Yeah. Not even looking at him.
I'm sure he found out. Obviously, he didn't understand the meaning at that time. But
yeah.
I mean, social media
as I said, see, India must be made to pay consistently for casual body shaming, for casual racism, and casual victimhood.
You know what this
and convenient victimhood.
What, you know what this reminded me of, and I heard it also. It reminded me a lot of, because I saw a lot of people on social media even defending it, saying, "Oh, he didn't mean it in a bad way." It reminded me a lot of that Darren Sammy, Ishan Sharma. Incident. Social media post. It was an Instagram post where he called him a word that I'm not going to repeat here, and then later said, "No, I meant it it was meant in a congenial way. It was meant in a friendly-ish way." It's only in India that we'll have this thing that, "Arey mote ko mote bolenge," stuff like that.
They're also like, I'm saying, short. Okay, now there's a difference. If I was to explain it to you in English. Calling somebody short and calling somebody a dwarf are two
very different things.
Exactly. You can call short, and I would be okay if you call him a shorty. It's fine. That goes by. It's not really a body shaming sort of thing. He's short. You call a tall guy also lambu. That's fine. All those things is fine. I know in that whole exchange somebody called him a nata also. Okay, which is like short, shorty. That still okay. BAUNA is that way a slur in that sense.
Exactly.
You're then. body shaming him and using a word which he's not, by the way. That's what I'm trying to say. He's short, yeah, sure. If you called him a shorty, I'm sure he'd be used to it. It happens, or somebody's lambu or whatever, that's
Jansen.
fine. Yeah, I mean, it happens, muscles, Raju was called because he's thin. Somebody's called a fatty, whatever. Those things I'd still go with. I mean, yes, again, if you're friends, you can share that amongst each other. But in this case, to use that particular word, there is a distinction there. And that's why I say there was a problem with that. And I'm sure he knows about it. Who knows? And not that he needed any more firing than to guide his team to victory. But who knows that in itself, just as Shane was explaining just now, he did give him a cold shoulder. I'm sure he was aware of it. When he walked out to bat, he wanted to probably, tell them, let's see.
Now who's the real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
who's standing tall in this test match?
I'm glad this happened because see, you can't get away with casual body shaming every single time, and this is a problem with the Indian psyche. They think they're too big. They are the colossal powerhouses in world cricket. I'm sorry, you are not. You are definitely not. Have you won the WTC? No, you haven't. Have you won a series in South Africa?
No, you haven't.
You haven't. It took you years and years to win a series against Zimbabwe. You finally did in 2005. After that, you stopped touring them altogether. And you're not invited them for a series here. Okay? Against South Africa, you have not won. In only 1 year, I mean, if you look at it in 2009, before that and after that, you have not won a series in New Zealand for a very long time.
Because you barely go also.
You barely go, you play only a 2-test series there. Okay? You haven't won since 2009 there. Prior to that, the last time you won in 2009, and prior to that, it was 1976 that you won. So, how on earth can you call yourself a superpower by winning 2 consecutive series in Australia? Okay, great. But against England side, who should definitely have been beaten, you're not won against them in England. So that is where my problem is. You think you are the colossal superpowers of cricket. You are not. India is and will not be a colossal superpower in world cricket unless you show some humility. And this team doesn't have it.
In fact, I also wanted to, because I just, my attention was briefly caught by the TV. I was really hopeful that after everything that came about, that the head coach would be the one who'd front up to the media and try and that's why I said I saw it. I'm very glad that that's happened.
Yeah, we'll keep bringing those quotes as well, as and when they keep coming out. But see, again, there will be tough questions asked of him, whether it is team selection, whether it is the choice of pitches, whether it's their mentality in, going white ball way. And I think his tenure as a test coach will have to be reviewed after this.
It should be.
I can't think of any coach surviving with.
Barsapara is the last test. After that, you don't play a test until August.
I think the only way he can escape some sort of scrutiny, which also should come, if not immediately in the near future, is that if India win Barsapara and then you draw the series, I don't know. Still, there should be some sort of review, because even a draw is not good enough on home soil. This is not something that we used to. They should be. But if you draw or lose that test match, I think it would be curtains.
It should be curtains.
Because after that, it means an unsuccessful stint against all Sena nations.
Yeah. At home, 2 series.
At home.
At home.
In fact, against your top teams, you haven't won a single test then if you lose Barsapara, because 3-0 New Zealand, 2-0 South Africa, 5 straight losses against them.
Yeah.
And plus 3 you lost against Australia, so that is 8-1. 8 losses and 1 win
And
if you lose Barsapara.
And don't forget, there's 2 tests you also lost to England.
You lost 2 to England, so it's 3-10 so far, 3-9 if you look at it at this point in time against the top Sena nations. So
that is not a good record.
It isn't a great record.
No matter which way. And in today's day and age, we can't even glorify draws too much, because the draws, quite frankly, don't matter in a WTC standpoint.
And you've got the easiest cycle of the lot. You've got the easiest cycle. 2 tests versus West Indies, which you have comprehensively beaten. 2 tests versus South Africa in conditions at your home. Okay. Yet you are not able to beat South Africa. You managed to win. By the way, the Delhi test also, you just managed to scrape through 5th day. Oh, that was considered a moral victory by the West Indies in that sense. Oh, talk about moral victories in that way. But England, I'm sorry, you should have won against them. But you didn't. You lost now to South Africa, now we're going to win the series. So that is a huge problem for India. Huge. And I don't know what Gautam Gambhir will say, but
I think I saw one thing flash, and again I'm waiting for some context on it. But then it came in one of their bans. He said that there were no demons in the Eden Garden pitch.
Really?
No, I agree it was helping, but it wasn't the worst pitch. And I remember listening to the South African team after day 2, after they had lost so many wickets. I can't remember who came out. I think it was Aiden Markram or somebody, I could be wrong. But he came out and said that we played on worse pitches. Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily the worst of the pitches that they played. And that's why I say that no matter the pitch, yes, it was assistant bowlers, whether it's fast bowlers or spinners, there was assistance there. But 124 you need to chase down. Absolutely no excuse. You can't hide behind a pitch.
You can't. Now see, all the pitch talk is gone now because your own batters have failed to live up to expectations. And it's not happened now. It's been happening consistently over and over and over again. Now, he's living on thin ice if you are in a ideal world. Ideally, after August 2026, he should go as a test coach. But I don't know what this team is thinking, what this management is thinking at this point. You lost so many times, you had so many, if you look at it, warnings, but you don't seem to heed those warnings. Simple as that. Which is why I just hope this is that ultimate flash which says, no, please just don't go for it. Don't ensure that this is the thing. And Gambhir is like...
but he said it, this is exactly the pitch we were looking for.
I refuse to buy.
This is the pitch they were looking for, and that is where the problem lies.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is not the pitch that the curator was preparing.
Yeah.
They were preparing a flat track, which would have probably helped spinners day 3 and 4 or 5, whatever. Now they've accepted it. Glad at least you've accepted it. But the point here is this.
Why?
Why?
Why did you do it?
I mean, look at it this way. There was once a legendary man who said, "Ya to win hai, ya to learn hai." We are neither winning nor are we learning anything. Exactly. How you're not learning? My point is, you're not learning. They're just not learning. There is no learn. Surely at this point you'd realize that the one thing that is actually standing in your way was actually those pitches, because you were very much playing well on sporting tracks. This team, the way you've built it, is tailor-made for good batting conditions. They'll all get runs. They will all get runs. Even Washington Sundar at number 3 will work out. My point is, you have that sort of thing and then you're like, no, we will go for ranked turners. I don't know.
Or you'll go to the other extreme. I don't know. You can prepare wickets. Have you always struggled? Yes, you have always struggled to get the balance right in India. It's either gone that extreme or it's gone to the other extreme.
Though one thing I agree with Gautam has said just now, that 1-4 was
chaseable.
Achievable.
It was chaseable.
Exactly my point. It was, once that target was set, I thought, advantage India, slight advantage, 60-40. But then when you started losing wickets so early on, then I'd given South Africa the advantage because I knew that temperament is needed.
This bunch doesn't have that temperament.
You needed the TEMBA temperament.
Exactly.
If you want to come closer to home, you have to have all the legends who've done it in the past. No. We are now the IPL generation, boss. We will not look at a red ball, we will play according to white ball standards only. This is what will happen.
And again, it comes back to that thing of let's pack our team with all-rounders. As I keep saying, Test cricket as a sport, let's not complicate it. 7 batters, of which 1 is an all-rounder, and 4 bowlers. That's it. Pick your best bowlers, pick your best batters, pick 1 good all-rounder who can, if need be, do both skills equally well. And that's it. Why do you need bits and pieces players in red ball cricket? You don't.
Prior to the era in COVID, there was a very beautiful period. You were developing a fast bowler's crop.
Yeah.
Okay. You were preparing pitches, 1 or 2 occasional rank turners, but you are preparing sporting decks 95% of the time. What forced them to change? Did we ask for change? Yes, I know as people we are resistant to change, but did we ask for change? No, we didn't. Were you burning yourself to the ground? Were you suffering from burnout from bowling on those wickets? No, I don't think so. What explains that inexplicable shift? Was it because you're not winning that often abroad? I don't know. Big issue.
Let's take some comments. I want to hear what our viewers are saying. I mean, I'm sure they are seething as much as we are here after what we have witnessed. A disastrous day 3.
Yeah, it's. I don't know which was more disastrous.
From the time they started bowling to that partnership to everything.
Yeah. I love Mutton Biryani saying, please stop making this pitch. I'll take 500 run loss on a road rather than not able to chase 125. Calls are for Gautam Gambhir to please go when he'll be accountable. Can't see this. Plus, when will Yashasvi Jaiswal make runs on non-flat pressure scenes?
I mean, a lot of things it is, but I do agree with the pitch thing as well as the Jaiswal thing. I think now there are a lot of question marks coming up over his performances in clutch games. He tends to bat at his best when he's batting first for India.
Yeah.
Not much of a...
Although, in that Oval Test match, he did score in the third innings.
Oval Test match.
That was a kind of a pressure situation in which you had to score a particular target for them. But yeah, apart from that, that was also a rather toughish wicket. I don't know. Was the Oval wicket that tough? I don't know.
I don't think Oval. I think Manchester was probably one of the tougher ones.
Lords.
Yeah.
Manchester also, yeah, but again, you scored 425 for 4 in that. So
Lords was probably your true tough.
And you didn't score well there.
Yeah.
So that's the bit. But I think he is accountable. He did address that, okay, yes, this is the kind of pitch that we wanted. Gautam Gambhir.
But then that's the thing. If when he says being held accountable, I don't think he's saying that Gautam should come and own it. His point is that results aren't really adding up. The results are just not there. You've gone in this direction of making going away from flat tracks. But do the results justify it? They don't, because you yourselves are falling into your own traps.
Yep. That's the problem. And I think, see, if you don't win the series, then I think Gambhir's tenure should be under review, and because you're not playing anything after August. August 2026 is when you play a red ball or a test match at that one. So, yep. Big pressure on him. Big pressure. Pawan Holla saying, you don't seem to learn from previous mistakes. For one person's ego, we are losing our dominance in home condition. There is no justification for this.
This is what India's last 4 tests at home read, by the way.
I'm going to give you the entire quote of what Gautam has said. He said, this is what we asked for and we are very happy with what we got for the pitch. This is exactly the pitch we were looking for. The curator was very helpful. If you don't play well, this is what happens. It wasn't an unplayable wicket. It was a wicket where your technique and temperament were tested. If you have solid defense, you can score on such wickets. I don't know how you take it. Is it a justification of covering up for your error of choosing a pitch like this, despite advice and suggestions from everywhere that don't go down this road? Is it that?
Yeah, it has to be that.
Or is it a bang on assessment that this is the way to go, but you didn't bat well?
Two things can be right.
First point,
Two things can be right. I do agree that if the batters had applied themselves, you could have perhaps chased this down. Having said that, and I really have to ask this, we constantly talk about, a future of test cricket and something you need to nurture test cricket. Is this going to nurture test cricket? Is playing on such horrible tracks going to nurture test cricket? Are we playing to our own strengths? I mean, as a home team, we always talk about that, when you're at home, you play to your own advantage, home advantage. Are we playing to our own strengths? We're not. We are trying to plan for the opposition rather than focus on what good we are doing. At this point, Gautam Gambhir is giving me like extreme Jose Mourinho vibes. Like, I'll not focus on my own strengths. I'll not focus on how I can attack. I will focus on being defensive and trying to shut the team down. It's just not working out, this tactic for me. It hasn't been for quite some time. And this is yet another reminder that this is just not the way to approach it. Sorry. I will not buy entirely what it is he's saying. It does feel like a bit of a cover-up as well.
It is a cover-up. I agree with only point number 1 that you mentioned. There can't be any justification for this. They are covering up the tracks for the error of judgments that they have made. Why did they ask for the same deck where you have been falling for the trap over and over again? Is this team collectively suffering from Stockholm Syndrome? That's what I want to know. Oh, no, this pitch will hurt us. But no, we love this pitch so much that we will go for it every single time. This team suffers from collective Stockholm Syndrome in that sense. This is a proper cover-up. and it's a cop out. I'm sorry, there can't be any justification for this. And I don't know, Gambhir today has been double whammied on both occasions. He can't blame anybody else. He can blame the batters, but he has to blame himself for the way that you chose this wicket. And he said the curator was very helpful and all of that. Really?
I mean, the curator did help out in all fairness.
Of course, he had to stop.
Yeah,
but after a lot of coaxing.
Yeah.
Because prior to the build-up, you can check it out even on Sports Today, even he has said that it will offer assistance for the bowlers and the spinners, will be a proper batting wicket also. Unless that was an AI generated image. Unless that was an AI generated guy. Good luck dealing with a bunch of guys who got Stockholm syndrome. Good luck. Chili paneer is like saying. Einstein once never said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Markram was taking wickets.
And he got not just any wicket, he got probably your best batter at that time.
Yeah.
Washington Sundar, yeah.
Classical off spinners.
A proper, very nice.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You had actually we were wrong. They didn't play 2 spinners. They had 3 spinners. Markram.
He's a decent enough spinner.
Yeah.
He's a both
golden arm.
And once again,
Yeah.
golden arm moment for him.
Exactly. Pawan Holla saying last year Rocco was blamed. Now whom will you blame?
Gambhir.
Gambhir has to blame Gambhir.
Gambhir blaming Gambhir.
Exactly.
Shubhadeep Mondal.
Karthik
calling Karthik.
Gambhir
Yeah.
blaming Gambhir. Shubhadeep Mondal says BCCI selectors, coaches, player processes, temperament, technique, arrogance caused the match. India are not adept to play rank turners in bouncy swing conditions. Either players learn how to play or you prepare standard pitches. I agree.
No, he summed it up really well, Mr. Mondal here. But that's exactly what anyone who follows cricket would say, and I'm in complete agreement with you. But we've heard now from the coach saying, no, the pitch was fine, we should have chased it down. Okay, fine. But then where was any evidence that gave you that confidence that you'll chase it down? You've not been doing it. We would have all forgiven this had you mastered the art of playing in these conditions and your batters were doing it, everyone else was struggling, then you go with that strategy. Why not? But exactly. I can't understand where did that confidence come from? You just suffered a 3-0 loss. And then for West Indies, you prepared quite decent pitches. England, you got very decent pitches where you did well. So where have you got any evidence that has given you that much confidence where you've said, I'll do it? By the way, in all of this, and I'm saying this again, I'm going back to your team selection. The one player who is known in Indian cricketing circles who has mastered the art of playing in these pitches and is very good at that. Usually, he also didn't have a great New Zealand series at Sarfraz.
Yeah.
He does that in domestic cricket quite often. So, a test specialist, but is nowhere in the scheme.
I mean, people will all say that, okay, after that 150, what were his returns? But then how long a rope did you give him? You didn't give him a long rope at all. Moment he failed in 2 tests, gone. It was over. Yeah. He lasted 6 balls in combined in Mumbai.
After that, he's gotten runs in your tour match, in your A games, but nothing.
Buchi Babu also, he did well.
Buchi Babu, but then again, he unfortunately got injured.
I'm trusting that less and less now that he unfortunately got injured. Not saying he didn't get injured. I'm just saying that even if he was fit, I don't think he'd have gotten selected. Yeah. Basis how they're going about it, I doubt he'd have gotten selected. Shami also needed match practice, no? What happened?
Yeah, 93 overs isn't enough apparently. Yeah. Go down please. Ashish there. Pitch is not an issue. Indian players cannot play spin. 124 could have been a struggle even on a feather bed. Nobody dared to come down the track to Simon Harmer. I mean, you were playing as if you were originally considered the masters of spin, right? You could play spin. Nowhere. It wasn't there at all. Which is why, I mean, you didn't use your pitch. Pant tried to reverse sweep, but he almost fell headfirst into the trap, not once but twice. In the end, it just happened. It just had to happen at this point.
I mean, see, you're talking about, I agree they can't play spin in these conditions. I think they're okay playing spin in decent batting conditions. But today, yeah, it exposed once again this common consensus thing that that era of where you had batters who were just effortless against spin. That's done.
It's
finished.
gone. It's finished.
Because these guys are not playing enough domestic cricket because you've packed the international calendar. And because of that, international calendar, you're getting almost homogenized conditions everywhere. That ability is going.
Yeah.
It's going.
Siva Subramaniam is saying, Rocco was not the problem. They were never the problem. Bauma stood so tall. Today, whom Gambhir is going to blame? Now Gill for injured midway.
I mean, he's not blamed anyone except the batters.
That's it. That's your answer. 8 batters. He's blamed the 8 batters.
Also, as for Rocco not being the problem, I mean, there were definitely issues, but I don't think them retiring solved a lot. Or them being phased out or wanting to be phased out solved a lot.
Yeah. Science 4 is really in the mood today from the US, given a very good sarcastic comment in that sense. I don't know why we are sad. We have superstar Pant, superstar captain Gill with average 400. Can't we just call Pant's innings selfless? Play that one innings from 500 BC day and night for me.
Oh God.
Well.
I appreciate the sarcasm.
Yeah. Saturn. Okay. He's come right out of the bolt out of the blue.
Please, I need to read this one. He's saying that why are we blaming a poor wicket when your coach and management is trying to replicate Greg Chappell? I mean, we've drawn those comparisons in the past ourselves.
Yeah, but again, Greg Chappell was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Let's make one thing very
Greg
clear.
Chappell never asked for these pictures.
Exactly, he never did.
And his experimentation was largely down to white ball cricket.
Yeah.
As a hardline traditional Aussie, this thing from that era. I think he would be finding this appalling.
Yeah. See, he gave you a lot of youngsters. It's just that Indians are ungrateful. That's the way. It's just that. I mean, it's true. You will never appreciate it because you will, how dare you target our superstars. So, Indians are ungrateful. Let's be no mistake about it.
That's fair, but I think he also had his own issues.
Of course.
That's a different
Of course.
matter. Dhanush says, Siraj in England and Harisroft have saved GG when it coming to the Asia Cup final. Oh, dear God.
Oh, yeah. That's harsh. That's very, very harsh in that
Yes,
sense.
very harsh.
Rakesh Bhushan, chopping 11 consistently in tests sends the wrong message. With Rocco out of the picture, there's no easy scapegoat left for GG. GG's knee-jerk reaction highlights a mindset that's reactive, not resilient. Sarfaraz should be playing.
I agree. I think in test cricket, you need to be giving long ropes and need to be building because you shouldn't be making too many changes unless absolutely necessary. But
Play a steady combination in tests. Whereas
home
that,
test,
Yeah.
home test, you can play a steady combination.
I mean, I yearn for that Rohit Sharma era wherein you had consistency in team selection.
Even under Virat, you'd have a few horses for courses thing, but by and large, your combination stayed similar.
Yeah, but then there was a stat, he never played the same 11 in I think 37 out of 39 or 40 tests in that sense.
But at least his template you knew. You knew Ashwin would play at home and Paps not away.
Yeah.
You knew that Jadeja was the first choice overseas spinner. You knew these things. That was true even under Rohit. At least these things were set in stone. You didn't have an all-rounder come batting at number 4, no?
Yeah, you
didn't have that.
You didn't. Go down, Ashish Dhar.
Oh. No, up. Further up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that's
Ashish Dhar. GG cannot be the test coach. He was never a great test player. One day mentality should not continue in test cricket. Pick players who play spin.
I don't think anyone's playing credentials matter.
The first part, I absolutely disagree. I am sorry, Ashish Dhar.
Never a great test player. That part you disagree with?
Yeah.
I disagree with too.
I think that's unfair.
That's very unfair.
Yeah.
Satish Swaminathan from
what was the rest of his question?
He says one day mentality should not continue in test cricket with players who play spin.
Agree.
But who plays spin properly?
Sarfaraz.
And Abhimanyu Ishwaran?
No,
Ishwaran is a dodgy case. But if you're looking at someone who you could have been looking at who was gritty types, remember certain Hanuma Vihari? He was a very gritty player.
I mean, to be fair, Pant has played spinners very well. But has it come in these conditions?
You know who actually did play spinners very well and is now unfortunately looking at a bit of a hiatus? Shreyas Iyer. You made a scapegoat out of him.
But this is his choice. He's the one.
At least now I understand it's his choice. It's a different matter than that he had that old spleen thing.
Yeah. Satish Swaminathan from the US is saying, is it worth to protect Bumrah from getting injured and lose the test by not bowling him to blow the SA tail? Has this cost us the match? Absolutely.
No, but Satish, in this case, I can't understand the logic of protecting him.
Yeah.
protection happened, nothing came about, you went to your spinner, then that's a different logic, right? It didn't happen. None of that happened.
I mean, amidst all of the criticism that's coming in Gambhir's way, great, yes, you're doing it. But no one's harping on Pant's missed tactics. I'm sorry, in 2 matches now, his tactics have really cost them, his sides, the game. I mean, India A and India. So, you have to look at that also. Ashish there is saying, rank Turner responsible for end of Rocco Test career.
No, I think their poor performances in Australia were.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was anything in that sense. At least let's talk about Virat. I think if he wanted to continue, nobody could have stopped him from not playing. Yes, had he not had a great England tour, probably they would have had that conversation with him, but he should have gone. Maybe he had too much. Maybe he just wanted it out. Maybe, there are things that you and I are not privy to. Maybe he needed time with his family. We don't know till he comes out and speak. And he's spoken a little bit saying that, he was aging. It's not easy for him to play. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know. But I don't think rank Turner pushed him out. Had he chose to play England, he would have been allowed to play there.
Correct.
And he would have gotten runs there. I'm pretty confident. He would have gotten runs there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sridhar Savaikar, this could very well become 2-0 now that next is a must win. And you will give a pitch to produce a result. It's not the pitch, it's your flawed strategy.
I agree.
Actually, what is the interesting thing in what Sridhar Savaikar is saying? And this is the thing. Now, you've lost the test. The only face-saving thing is now for you to win the test match, right? What would now common logic tell me? Anyone, that you learn your lessons. We've been, screaming top of our lungs. All of you have been. Don't go down this road. Don't get these turners. New Zealand ke saath hua. Other times also you've been troubled. Get good pitches. Now, common logic. Let's say I'm in the team management's position right now. I'm the coach or the captain. This has happened. I say, okay, I've made another blunder. Guwahati, let's get a good pitch. We can have them. Let's do it. Now, the problem is, you've come out and said, this is exactly the pitch that we wanted. We've got the pitch. Great job by the curator, because you have to justify you asking the curator to give you this pitch. Now you've lost. Now if you say this is not the pitch we want, the blame comes back on you. You've said it. What makes it worse now? For Guwahati, you will have to get now the similar pitch.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get a good pitch, you'll say, see? You've changed now. You realize it was a fault. Now you have to show it's not your fault. You will prepare a similar pitch. Now you'll go in with this pitch. Now it's a lucky draw.
Yeah.
And you're playing for the first time ever a test match in Barsabara.
I think they could go the other extreme. They might just end up going slightly, make it even worse.
Sandpit.
Yeah, sandpit.
And the 2-day test.
Oh yeah, 2-day test.
Brilliant. It won't be surprising. FYI.
RE says, please play our home matches in England.
Actually, that'll get good revenue also for BCCI television.
Absolutely.
But the only thing is, look at the turnout at Eden Gardens. Yeah, love the turnout. Those bunch of fans deserved some good cricket, a good even contest between bat and ball. They deserve that. Not what has been dished out in terms of the pitch, in terms of the result, in terms of the application by the team. They deserved a better test match.
This will hurt test cricket in India. If you produce these kind of wickets, with the way how our batters are, you will hurt test cricket in India. I'm sorry. Rakesh Bhushan Singh, reason GG hasn't gained wide acceptance. The Indian professional environment values adaptability, empathy and grace. When a system feels rigid, hard or overly process driven, it naturally meets resistance. It's chaos right now. It's
interesting way of looking at it.
It's a corporate way of looking at things in that sense.
Yeah. Rookie Techie says that India lost the match when they lost 4 wickets for 18 from 171 for 5. South Africa won by gill runs. Gill runs? This is the most inexperienced batting lineup. Pujara should have had 2 more years. I mean, hindsight is this thing, but now...
please, let's not talk about Cheteshwar Pujara. His time was done in 2023.
By the way, just looking at TEMBA Bahuma status test captain, 11 matches, 10-1, 1 draw.
1 draw, yeah. That 1 draw was a rain-impacted draw.
Wow.
Yeah.
TEMBA. And you called him? You know what?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's all karma, man.
Karma. It should happen. So, in that sense. The music antidote. Wow. Why wasn't Sundar given a go with the ball?
I don't know what he's written after that, but I do agree with why it is he wasn't given a go. Your off spinner has been your most successful bowler of the opposition, one man of the match.
Yeah, what is that SMS language here?
I know.
Better than KD maybe. Kuldeep. Yeah.
Kuldeep. Yeah, maybe.
Kuldeep maybe.
Oof.
Better than Kuldeep maybe. Come on, man.
Like-
But Shane was
SMS
far better in
language.
these whatever new age. What Gen
Z.
Gen Z lingo.
Yeah, but this is not even Gen Z lingo. This is old age SMS lingo.
I picked it.
Because
No, this is
that's-
not old age. People don't like that. They
Better
write
and all.
full sentences.
That's
They can't
true, actually.
understand. If I have to chat with my mother, if I write, she have to write full words.
Full word.
I write full words in general. I just don't.
No,
like
I
S-
also like it.
Yeah.
So
SMSs would remove the vowels, na? WHT, R, U, DNG. That's SMS language.
Yeah. Karthikeya says that nobody apologized to Bavuma. I lost respect in this team. Drawing a series at home is a loss, and if GG isn't fired, then BCCI are celebrating losses. Happy for TEMBA in South Africa.
Absolutely. Nikhil sir, stop this karma. A bit that you're talking about. Australian news magazine called Kohli, Joker and Rohit Crybaby and thrashes 3-1. We played bad. That's it's not karma.
Learn to calling somebody a crybaby or joker or whatever. Those are mind games, right?
Yeah.
That it happens from the Indian side. That's not it. That is when there is either a racist slur or the body shaming. That's completely different. And by the way, when those sledging happen is when somebody else is the aggressor, I shoot back, and it's my response to, let's say, a Kohli being aggressive, and that's my response. I don't think anyone in that sense will feel one party is being unfairly treated. In this case, there was nothing to incite them, nothing that he did. It's just
I mean,
plain mean, yeah.
and
Let's be
let
honest.
us be very honest, in the BGT, Kohli did himself no favors. He crossed the line twice.
No, a lot of times I've supported Kohli for doing
Yeah.
that. I like to, but then I will not also complain about a media thing.
Of
like
course.
that, because he's batting like that. You don't like it, you say whatever you have to.
Cool.
Also,
But
we
you're
have-
not body shaming him. You're
Yeah.
not talking about his skin color or his race or any of his other.
Yeah. And let me be very honest, in that BGT, whatever tag was given to him, it was absolutely 100% spot on.
Even if
I
disagree with
distance
that.
myself
Yeah,
from
yeah,
any
same,
comments.
same.
Because see, you
All
can't.
these are made in his
No,
personal
no,
capacity.
not personal capacity.
Why? You are yourself.
How could he shoulder tackle Sam
Excuse me,
Constas?
firstly, let me put that. That is in your personal capacity.
No. He.
No, not no. What do you mean no? Sports.
How on earth? I mean, there is a justification then.
Siddharth, you need to first understand that whatever you are saying, am I stopping you from saying it? Am I?
No.
Please go ahead and say it.
Okay.
But Sports Today does not adhere or subscribe to it. These are his personal views. Now go ahead,
Sure.
say whatever you have.
I mean, he.
Don't bring the
Sure.
channel into it.
Of course. See, it's all mine, okay?
Yes.
I
Go
take
ahead.
full
Now say what you
responsibility
want.
on it
Say
because, see,
whatever you want.
he told somebody in a foreign country to, how dare you do your job? That's one. Melbourne, remember? He called off a female journalist, how dare you do that?
Yeah.
In a third country, excuse me, are you a VIP person or a head
Yes,
of state?
VIP.
Head of state to say that?
No, but even head of state, see, there's not a thing about VIP. Where he was wrong was legally that reporter
you
was
couldn't
allowed
do
to film.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And if you or your family is in public domain, there in a public space you are allowed to film. So legally she was right.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
could have requested her. Let's see.
But even then, that's her prerogative whether she
Correct,
agrees or
but it's
disagrees.
up to her then.
Up to her. And you disrespected her that. And then you shoulder tackled Sam Constas.
Which
Yeah,
I was
that
surprised
I
he
think
didn't
you
get
were-
a.
yeah.
And he was trying to even sledge him constantly, and I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish sledging a kid?
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine. You're in the Colosseum of the MCG. Do Virat Kohli things, but not this. This was seriously boorish.
Also,
behavior.
by the way, people who are getting offended of that, I need to point out that the media outlet was a tabloid. So they anyway go for sensationalist things. If you are getting offended by them,
we
they're
trashed them as well.
Yeah.
and they
But
deserve
we-
to be.
Yeah, but we pointed out they're tabloid. This is a mind game that they play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was the age, if I'm not mistaken. That was the.
I mean, look at what they are going after Joe Root, average Joe. I mean, imagine.
What Baz ballers. and
Baz
that's-
ballers
yeah.
and ballers.
That
yeah.
also comes back to bite them.
Yeah.
And Joe Root, like,
I know. I think in the
Gets
year of
punished by
first
the
it should happen. He's never done well in Australia.
Now,
Hopes in the year of first it happen.
Dikshita says, till 2021, India had a coach who had won 2 test series in Australia and got a 2-1 against England in 2021. Today, we celebrate Gigi, who has won only 2 test series in 2 years, West Indies and Bangladesh.
Dikshita, absolute correct point. We
Spot
raised
on.
that too.
And
I think his coaching tenure, I'm saying it for
tests.
The third time will have to be reviewed after this. Should be reviewed.
Yes. Vivek Singh.
I would go so far as to say if you end up losing it, then you need to look. If you draw or lose the next test match, which means you lose the series,
Yeah.
you need to get another coach. Simple as that.
Exactly.
In test cricket.
No coach has ever held on after losing 2 series at home in Indian history.
A whitewash.
A whitewash. You are staring at a potential whitewash again.
Yeah, 2-0 whitewash
2-0.
is still a whitewash.
It's still a whitewash. Vivek Singh. When Rohit was captain, we are blaming him for the spin pitch facade. Since he has gone, it's a fashion to blame the coach and protect Gill, you guys included. Gill is also more of a fat track bully.
Vivek, no one blamed Rohit for that. In fact, I remember the person who fronted most questions and who justified it the most at that time was Rahul Dravid.
Yes.
Who was the head coach.
Correct.
So back then also, we used to also criticize Dravid for it. And not just Dravid, it's not just a Gambhir thing entirely. But why it is that Gambhir gets the blame for it now is because towards the end of Rahul's tenure, you had actually moved away from that.
Yeah.
The last test series proper was the England test series. There you had sporting pitchers. So you clearly had moved on from that. And what has coincided with it coming back? Gambhir's tenure. So of course you will blame this thing. By the way,
there is no ambiguity. He's come and accepted it.
He's saying this is the pitch we wanted. So who should I call out then? Gill? Pant? No.
No, I mean, fine, you can call out Gill. I agree, he's the captain. He would have been a shareholder in that talk, and his opinion would have carried a lot of weight. Agreed. Sure, blame the two of them. You'd like. Sure. Why not?
Sandeep Bulapudi from the US is saying, isn't this what happens when you hire a T20 coach to run cricket? This is the most unbalanced test team in 12 years. What is GG's beef with specialists?
Yeah.
Exactly what we've been screaming about, Sandeep. Not now. Go back and see all our programs from the Border Gavaskar time onwards. A lot of time we pointed and then Nitish Reddy went and got runs and people got back to us. You guys were saying you were... But we're talking long term. No, we're talking long term and talking logic in test match cricket. We were talking all of that. See, now it's come back to bite you on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
You failed to make the WTC final last time, and the way things are going.
But you're still saved because you have a very easy cycle.
But that easy cycle also, Siddharth, it's not that easy. It's really not that easy. See,
Your only challenge.
6 series, right?
Yeah.
You're potentially looking at a 2-0 loss here or a 1-1 at best. That means you've started off your WTC cycle with 2 drawn series. Then that really puts pressure on the next series that are coming up. And it's not that simple.
2 drawn series. 1-1, okay. If you're assuming you win in Basavara.
Assuming you win this, then it's 2 drawn series in a best case scenario. After that, you've got Sri Lanka away. Chalo, let's assume you win that.
You got New Zealand.
You've got New Zealand away, which is going to be a challenge. And then you've got Australia coming home.
5 tests.
That's not going to be simple. I am not going to be operating under that delulu. That's going to be a simple series. No. So what is the other series left? Because I've name checked 5?
For one series is done. England is done.
England's done.
West Indies is done.
Oh, West Indies. I forgot West Indies. Jeez. Yeah.
You forgotten West Indies. So yeah. So
West Indies.
6 matches. I mean, if you look at it, New Zealand is the major challenge that you got. But Sri Lanka, we don't know. If a Prabhat Jayasuriya decides to go bonkers, and a Ramesh Mendes goes bonkers, you don't know how it will go. So.
Unknown spinners, Indian batters. Oh, yeah.
You're going to Sri Lanka after 9 years for the test series. Wow.
Aditya Kavlekar says, GG to the Guwahati Wish creator. Bhaiya thoda kam spin wala banana.
That, Aditya, as I said, will not happen now. Because now you've come out and said, this is the pitch that we want.
It'll become worse, I'm telling you.
How will you now? You'll have to say same banao, bhai.
My prediction is it'll become worse. They'll make it worse. It'll be like Mumbai 2004.
Then God save you again.
Yeah,
because
of
then
course.
it boils down to the toss. You're chasing, forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it. Absolutely forget about
Abhishek Ranjan.
it. Final comment.
Yeah. Sir, we don't learn from New Zealand loss. The gap between our spinners and opposition spinners reduces on pitches like this. We need to go back to classic Indian pitches like the ones in 2016 when VK was captain.
It's happened in the BGT at home. Why were Matthew Kuhneman and Todd Murphy looking like world beaters? Because they had conditions where they just had to pitch it on and then let the pitch do the rest.
See, even Virat Kohli also got a rude jolt in 2017 when he had that sandpit in Pune.
Yeah?
You had a very tough spinning wicket even in Bengaluru, but then you came on the right side of the result.
And then the similar thing, by the way, which I'm talking about, happened in the BGT. Or not the BGT, the England series. Why?
Yeah.
Because then Shoaib Bashir and Tom Hartley were suddenly looking like world beaters.
Yeah. Tom Hartley.
Exactly my point, Tom Hartley. So, the skill level is reduced. on pitches like these.
Yep.
Even part-timers will look good on such pitches.
Yes.
And you have skillful spinners. Don't give me that nonsense if you don't.
Yeah.
Any which way.
Oh, it's Shivam Giri time.
It is Shivam Giri,
Special
right?
treat for you guys. Once in a while, our producer Shivam comes up with a segment called Shivam Giri, where he brings the. I don't know whether today is the best day to be looking at me because I don't feel like laughing, but maybe we'll try and find some humor in this demoralizing loss that we have just witnessed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go.
TEMBA Bumrah to Jasprit Bumrah. Pitch. Yeah.
पिछले innings में क्या कहा था?
But this is not funny. This is very matter of fact.
Is it from that that film,
Very
that
matter
Ranveer
of
film?
fact. Didn't
Animal, I think. Yes.
Team India under Gautam Gambhir in T20s, he's the rock in tests. It's so
In test,
Brahmable light.
No, in test he's the pebble.
Yeah, he's the pebble. Yep.
from the rock to the
From the
pebble.
rock to the pebble. Yes. Bumrah after calling BAUNA. Galti se mistake. From Jagga Jasus, yes.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Next.
But this was used in some other film before that. Galti se mistake.
It's a song, no?
Yeah.
But this was.
It was
dialogue.
as a dialogue, yeah. Galti se mistake. It's there in a popular TV show also. So, yeah. First South African captain to win a test match in India in last 15 years, Don BAUNA.
Oh, that's good use of AI, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, TEMBA. Oh, TEMBA. Go ahead. Out of okay.
Batting order.
Batting order. Oh,
You can
goodness.
decide whatever, basically.
Oh
This is
god,
how
yeah,
we
gully
used to
cricket
play,
is.
na? Yeah, gully cricket.
Yes.
That's how you got your batting.
Okay.
Gautam Gambhir used to have great ideas for test cricket when Ravi Shastri was the coach. And when Rahul Dravid was the coach also. He was in comms back then too.
Yep, he
This
was
is mean but true.
mean. True.
Ah.
Totally true.
Absolutely.
He had a great. Okay. बुमराह टू बाउमा आदमी जोश जोश में बोल देता है मतलब आप तो दिल पे ले लिए
But see, look at what I was saying. Look at BAUNA. He's not acknowledging him at all.
Yeah.
There is definitely hard feelings there.
yeah.
That's
from
Panchayat.
Panchayat, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Fulera gaon.
Fulera.
Yeah.
Losing a test match at home is a problem, but not having Rohit and Kohli to blame is a bigger problem. Lord have mercy.
This is.
This is
No, Amar, the one thing we've been critical of Gautam throughout our broadcast, but I think the one area where I will give him credit is that he faces up and
yeah, he does.
he came. So I don't think he blamed anyone in particular but his team. But he
No.
said they should have chased it down.
Yep.
In fact, had good words for the curator as well. Had to because
Had
he
to,
followed
nah.
what-
Yeah.
India Test cricket at home before Virat Kohli's captaincy, during Virat Kohli's captaincy, post Virat Kohli's captaincy.
No, but during Virat's captaincy, did you get roads?
You didn't get roads. You
You
got
got
good
good
pitches.
sporting
Good
wickets.
pitches.
Yeah.
But post Virat Kohli's captaincy, I agree. Yeah, cracks,
But
dust, everything in
but
between.
before that, it was never like that.
No,
Under
you
Dhoni's captaincy,
Never
no.
got such rank turners.
no, you had decent pitches
Only once or twice you used to get those rank turners.
on rare occasions.
Yeah.
We've just fact checked it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kyun hela
Hela
la?
la na.
That is true, Bauma.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Temba, don't ever disrespect
Well
him.
done, yeah, Temba.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done indeed.
I
Yes.
just compared his innings to 68 of Rahul Dravid,
Yeah.
Jamaica.
जिस पिच पे सब स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं वहां पे 50+ रन्स बनाने का घमंड है.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Only guy to get a 50.
Yeah.
In
And
this
it had
whole
to be
match.
him. It had to be him. If you're looking at all the batters across batting lineups, it had to be him.
But it's also showing you the value of an out and out test match.
Test
Correct.
batter, yeah.
And an out and out test proper captain.
Yeah.
Not an all format captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siva Subramaniam. This India is going to play test in Gaul.
Yeah.
Prabhat Jayasuriya, Ramesh Mendes,
All the
best.
very best. Good point, Siva. All
Yeah.
the very best. I mean, if Sri Lanka are watching, they know exactly what to prepare in Gaul, which can
Yeah.
easily be prepared with Prabhat Jayasuriya. Completely.
They might just pack more spinners in randomly. They get mystery spinners in droves.
Yeah, they do.
One, a mystery
Lalage
spinner.
or someone also.
Exactly.
Well, Lalage could make us
Lalage
test.
could make-
Left-handers also trouble India. Last time
exactly.
they beat them. It was in Gaul only. Ranganayarat.
Go for it. No, just give Mahesh Tikshana a test cap while you're at it.
Hasaranga.
No, Hasaranga is retired from test. That's why I didn't say
Yeah.
that.
Tikshana.
Tikshana.
I might just come back for this.
Yeah.
Karthik K says for GG, Sena is Sena. No thanks. And on that note,
On that note, thank you very much, ladies and gents. With this, another edition of our Match Point comes to an end. Disappointing, to say the least. Again, one of the lowest days in Indian cricket, you'll have to say, how it went down. Talk about Barbados, you talk about the New Zealand series. I think this test match at Eden Gardens will also not have fond memories. The one thing that you'll remember for a very long time is BAUNA's 55. I think they should be remembered. Pretty clutch knock. But it's not going to be easy next few days for the Indian team because of the fact that you're now trailing at home. You'd be itching to get something back. How do you prepare for the next test match? All the best is what we can say.
All the best, yeah. Now, exactly next week, 6 days to go. The second test begins, hardly a turnaround time. Yeah. Next Saturday, we are going to see.
No, they've given themselves more turnaround time, no? By finishing it in half.
2.5 days.
actually, if the test had gone 5 days, then it would have been a short turnaround.
Now enough.
Now the 6 days is enough.
Yeah. No team crossed 200, by the way. The whole match. But the batting was bad.
Okay then, guys. Take
See you.
care. Bye-bye.
Enjoy. Try to enjoy.
No, just be sad.
Remaining hours of your weekend. Yeah.
Fair.
Watch from today. The World Boxing has started.
Yes, it started. And 8 o'clock.
It's available on YouTube.
Yeah.
For free.
Check it.
8 o'clock is India-Pakistan.
IPL, we have done a lot of videos. Do please check out. We've done each team separately.
Yeah.
Please check that out.
And India-Pakistan today emerging 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock at night.
I'd
Emerging.
forgotten about that.
Rising stars, not emerging.
Rising stars. Yes.
Led by
By the way,
32-year-old
they've
Jitesh.
continued their no handshake policy
Yes.
in that game as well. No handshake.
No handshakes. Yep. Okay. So yes, it's Super
Forever-
Sunday still.
forever
Wow.
Suryavanshi.
Yeah.
We'll watch him. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.